Hey there, it's Phil Hall of Mortgage News Network here at the MBA's annual convention. And one of the reasons I love going to these conventions is I get to catch up with such wonderful folks like Arlene Hyde from CoreLogic. Arlene, so nice to see you again.
Hey Phil, it's great to see you. Thanks for having me.
So what's new, different, and exciting with you and CoreLogic?
So CoreLogic is working with our clients hugely in the regulatory environment to help them focus on the customer experience and take things that they're not core competencies of the lender, like lien release, like document retrieval, like document recovery, some of the technology pieces, in telemods, etc., and get them into our expertise, which it is, versus taking it out of theirs, right? They need to focus on the client experience. They need to focus on the customer. They need to focus on the servicing standards, that whole, everything that affects the customer, the borrower in their shop. So we focus on the core competencies that we can help them with and help them take expenses out.
I don't want you to give away your trade secrets, but what are some of the tools and strategies you're using to help improve the customer experience?
There's a couple. You know, we're a data company, right? So we provide a lot of data surrounding that borrower experience, whether it's about a big pain point for borrowers is tax increases. So my payment just went up by $100, but I don't understand why. So we're trying to put some data surrounding that to some of our large lenders that will help them communicate more proactively to the borrower about when to expect a payment increase. Things like that, things that will help them track the modification timeline to make sure that they're communicating and that they are following the regulatory guidelines. So we have some technologies around that. So we are really using a lot of technology, a lot of data, and then some of the outsourcing capabilities that we have as well.
Do you think the people in the industry are doing a much better job in providing a positive customer experience?
I know every single lender that I talk to is working very, very hard on a positive customer experience. It's not always easy, right? It's not always easy. And then sometimes it's an education requirement, right? Sometimes the borrower just doesn't know what they don't know. And other times it's the loan officer doesn't know or the processor doesn't know. So it's not an easy. It's not easy, and then plus the regulatory environment today has lots and lots of disclosures and lots of forms that are supposed to make it easier for the consumer to understand the mortgage process, but it doesn't always work. I mean, I know lenders that have some of the disclosures that they put a cover letter over the top of it to explain what that form's trying to tell you.
Well, they have some more compliance bits of business coming up in August of 2015. How's that going to impact the industry?
Okay, that's huge, right? From a technology standpoint, from a data standpoint, and then from the zero tolerance, right? You have to get it right the first time. And some of these things are different and difficult, like the appraisal. Appraisal, for instance, right? I may tell you, this is my house, this is my property, and you say, okay, that's a $350 appraisal. When the appraiser gets out there, it may not be exactly what you said it was, and therefore, I need to charge more. Who's going to pay that?
Well, let's keep our fingers crossed that when August comes around, everything's going to be okay in the industry.
You know what? It always works out, Phil.
Okay. Arlene, thanks so much for stopping by our broadcast booth.
Thanks for having me.
This is Mortgage News Network.